This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes, for your half-assed entertainment news with no bullshit, with our hosts, the Baroness and Bear Fiorda, only on Talk 4 Media.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes. I'm the Baroness, and I clearly robbed a crow for my headpiece. We are on with my co-host, the most disappointed and embarrassed champion from the Pan America fights.
Yes. As many of you know, I was down in Monterrey, Mexico. We all were, actually. This last would have been last week or last 2 weeks ago, fighting in the Pan American Championships.
He's lying. He was not fighting.
I was supposed to fight.
But he didn't.
While there the entire week, ended up not making weight and then
refusing to fight when
he
you
had an eye injury. So they did not.
We offered to no, that was not what happened. So we offered to meaning he and his coach offered to waive the weight requirement, not a problem. And then the opponent said, well, his eye hurts. So he refused to fight.
He refused to fight. But I did get to walk inside of a cage, stand on top of the first place podium, next to an empty second, third, and fourth place, and accept a medal I did not earn. That I promptly
he was horrified. Yeah, he was horrified. But apparently, if he skipped out on it, meaning he had to go up there by himself, and accept the medal. But if he didn't, it would actually count against the United States' chances.
Yes, exactly.
So it was a whole thing. He's like, okay, I will stand here and look like a jackass to get the point for America.
Our sound engineer said that you fight with your hands, not your eyes. Apparently, I fought with my eyes.
No, apparently his opponent was going to fight with his eyes.
Yes. He had to see at least a little bit. So I'm trying to give him some grace here.
You give people far too much grace.
I do. It's in my nature. It really is.
Speaking of grace, Netflix is going to be picking up Warner Brothers, which means they'll be getting DC, HBO, and a bunch of other things. Now, for those that don't know, that whole Time Warner thing merging with Netflix is going to be huge. I mean, just huge. It is. It should not be allowed to go through because it is obviously huge monopoly. But you pay the right people, you're fine.
But wait, more important than that means they get Looney Tunes, right?
Yes.
That means we have an opportunity for more Looney Tunes reboots. We need we don't even need reboots.
We don't need reboots.
We just need them to start playing old episodes of Looney Tunes.
If you want to watch old episodes, just go on YouTube. It's there.
No, you're right, but I want it professionally done, You know what? You know what they do with really popular video games? They do they re-release it in better quality HD and graphics. They should just do that, but with the older cartoons. Like Bugs Bunny in 6K image on your Samsung TV that you spent way too much for during Black Friday. That would be an incredible experience.
Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich are coming back to open their own horror franchise. It's the dudes from Scream. The guys from Scream are getting back together to do horror.
Oh, nice. Which one are they going to do this time?
Then I don't know. I don't think it's Scream
7 yet?
No, I think we're at Scream like 11 by now.
Scream 11.
It's that and the Saws. They went everywhere, but they're not doing Scream. They're doing a different franchise.
Scream 11. It's not a phone call. It's a FaceTime.
I like that tagline, and I'm taking it. That is the new parody. It's not a phone call. It's a FaceTime.
Discord group chat. Yeah. Remember that horror film they did where all the guys, the guys and the girl were on FaceTime with each other at the different houses?
I don't watch. For those that don't know, I was in a lot of horror films. I'm actually producing Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead, the rock opera.
Great show. Check it out.
Rock opera. Yeah. So, but I don't watch horror. I'm not a fan. I don't like to be scared. Speaking of scared, Jake Paul is going to be fighting Anthony Joshua.
Yes, this is the dumbest
and Dana White.
thing ever.
That's what Dana White said. He's like, so we've already had Mike Tyson come out and say that Jake Paul paid him to take a dive.
Yeah. Anthony is either going to lose, which case he took a boatload of money, obviously, and everyone's going to forever discount whatever he is, or Jake is going to have an injury just before and it's going to get canceled. But there's no way this fight legitimately happens. And here's something interesting too, so you know this.
Dana White said he's watching, and this is the stupidest thing he ever saw.
Oh, we're all gonna. I'm streaming it. You got to know this too. There's good information. When he fought every other competitor, he forced the boxing commissions to break the conventional rules to allow for either bigger gloves or a greater weight discrepancy. Like with him and Gervonta Davis, the last one that was supposed to happen, 70-pound difference as far as fight weights go. He was cool with it, no problem at all. They're now doing this one, and they're requesting Anthony drop to like 245, which is a big drop for him, but they're letting him fight in the 10-ounce gloves. They're letting him they have regular boxing commission rules. It's a sanctioned match, not an exhibition. Like they're letting it.
This is a real fight.
It's a real fight. Which is why I think he's going to fake an injury just before the fight actually happens. So the week of, Jake has bad stomach ulcers or something. He's got explosive
Jake Paul,
diarrhea.
if you want somebody to fight with Bet, it'll be fine.
And I'm not Anthony Joshua. I won't punch you. I'll kick you. See, it's much nicer. I mean, I'm a terrible kicker. I will wrestle with you.
Thank you. No. Don't say that either. You'll fall down and let him have the money.
I'll fall down and let you have the win.
There you go.
Give me money.
Oh, speaking of money, Prince Charles, or King Charles now. I'm used to saying Prince Charles. What I miss?
Our sound engineer earlier said that my Mexico opponent faked a boo-boo, and now he's saying that Jake Paul's going to fake a boo-boo. He's faking I won.
Just say your eye hurts. That's what worked. That's what worked for Bear's opponent.
He didn't have the discipline to make weight. I'm so salty about that.
I know. He's mostly butthurt because they made him go out. If they'd have let him go back to the hotel, because he would have been fine.
Yeah.
But all of the guys that showed up at Pan America were sick. So I think we have a new pandemic coming because these guys just shared and germinated.
Oh, we're going to give it to everybody. Everyone gets the love.
It's terrible. So essentially, so King Charles has stripped Prince Andrew of all of his titles and everything.
Hard pivot.
Yes, hard pivot. Well, we're still talking about people that got screwed. In this case, the person getting screwed was Prince Charles by having a brother like Prince Andrew. And by the late Queen not putting her foot up Andrew's butt. Now it is Andrew. It's no longer Prince Andrew. It's the royal formerly known as Prince.
Is that an actual title he's earned? Okay.
No. His name is just Andrew Mountbatten Windsor now. He's no longer Prince. He's no longer royal. He no longer has any of his titles.
He does have free housing for the rest of his life, though.
He does. He's got to go to the King's estate, stay there, and not speak to anyone, pretty much.
Yeah. Is his costs covered? Does he have money now, or has he got to go work a job?
No, his costs will be covered for the rest of his life. The issue, I think the saddest part of this entire situation is there are so many people involved in the Epstein situation. So many.
Oh, yeah.
And Andrew seems to be the scarecrow, the Burning Man for all of them.
Well,
because they're not going after, they're not going after Clinton. They're not going after Trump. They're not going after all of these people that we know were involved.
Well, all that's happened is they blew each other. So, I mean,
that's not a thing. I'd like to remind everyone every time we use bad language, we give money to the Boys and Girls Club of America, the Humane Society of America, and free MMA. We sweat because we can.
BLEW is not a bad word.
I'm just, in your context it is. So essentially, that no. You know it's bad when Trump's like, okay, we're not releasing the Epstein files. I don't want anyone to know that I was gallivanting with prostitutes.
Yeah.
They said that I fooled around with Bill Clinton. Release the Epstein files.
Yes.
He's like, nope, it was only hookers. Now, for those that know, in Hollywood, Trump is actually not known for going after underage girls. He is known for going after women, like he's a womanizer, but never been known for going underage girls. And he's certainly been known for hooking up with hookers and porn stars.
What about that young lady he assaulted? They went to court over that.
And that was a woman he assaulted, but she wasn't underage. He tends to like women that look like blow-up dolls.
You look at his last two, or actually not his last two, but his last wife.
But that's why I say he tends to like women that look like women.
Right.
Where the reality is,
unless it's his daughter.
Now, that's weird. But the reality is now Clinton, same thing. He tends to like women. And lots of them. So when people talk about this being, a political thing, it's not. Clearly, both Republicans and Democrats like hookers.
And they don't want anyone to know about it.
Whole thing.
Yeah, I'm just afraid that Qui-Gon Jinn's going to come out on the Epstein files, and I really don't want to see his name there.
I need more context.
Liam Neeson. Like, of all the actors in the world.
Was he known to hang around Epstein?
I just don't want it to be the case because he would have been of an age at the time. So I don't want it.
So Liam Neeson was known for assaulting a student. So when he wanted to be a teacher, oh no, this wasn't Liam Neeson. This was maybe Sean Connery. You guys tell me. This was either Liam Neeson or Sean Connery. Tell me who this was on our social media. And first one to do it, DM me.
Correct us.
Hang on, correct me so we don't look crazy.
Yeah.
Whoever does it first wins a ride at Off-Road Rentals in Palm Springs, California. But basically, one of them went to school to be a teacher, got really pissed off, assaulted the student, and became an actor instead.
Why did he assault the student?
Because a student was being mouthy.
That sounds like a Sean Connery thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know which one it is. I just want
really
everyone to engage and look this up because it's the weirdest thing.
Well, I'll answer it and I'll get the free ride at Off-Road Rentals.
Perfect. Always welcome. You can always get free rides.
Thank you.
So it's a very, very weird circumstance.
Yeah, I agree. And again, of course, this goes back to the whole concept of our government is not really for us, the people. Neither side is 100% saying we're going to do whatever the best for you. There's crooked in every corner.
This is why I encourage you to come back to the Commonwealth. And I encourage the Commonwealth to keep their people that are titled and give out more knighthoods and honorariums, because the more skin people have in the game, the more money they put in there.
You just want everyone to go back to having a king.
I like my king.
You want us to be annexed.
Yes, come back.
Actually, no, you guys are British. You want us to be colonized.
I want to do to you what you did to Hawaii.
We protected Hawaii.
From what? Its own money and land?
Yes.
You protected Kuwait really well as well.
We genuinely protected the Philippines. We went in there to stop that madman from murdering a bunch of people. He still did, but we got in there and stopped it.
And took the land. And are currently opening more bases there.
We got to take payment some way. We tried to bring freedom to the Middle East.
when my people do it, you'll call us colonizers. You guys call it freedom. Not fair.
Because you didn't bring freedom. You brought disease and
we brought guns.
Industrialization.
Hang on. I'm going to do a plug for a book we're not paid to do. We brought Guns, Germs, and Steel. Look up the book. Fantastic. Yeah, it's a very good book. We brought Guns, Germs, and Steel.
At least
you guys got rid of the Queen of Hawaii.
At least you didn't bring sex trafficking like Christopher Columbus did.
We did.
That's unfortunate.
We did. Not as bad as him, but we did.
God damn. We watched some
in Australia. I will say this: in Australia specifically, there was an entire ship of women they sent to the men because they wanted people to go have children and get married. Okay. And so that ship became a floating brothel. If you get a chance to look it up, it's very interesting.
Floating Australian brothel.
It's very English, but yes.
We watched something the other day talking about how history, we shouldn't be looking back at companies as far as were they evil or not, but we should look back at companies
that was Brooks Brothers
and understand that they will always pick money over morality.
Oh yeah, that was Brooks Brothers. They essentially during the Civil War screwed the Northern soldiers by making schlock, which is what the term of cloth that's now a term. The worst possible cloth that melted when it rained. They got sued. That was Brooks Brothers.
Yeah.
And as much as you complain about Brooks Brothers, look up the history of Hugo Boss. There is a reason the capital N words looked really sharp. The ones that didn't like the Jewish people.
There you go. Okay. Well, I just wanted you to clarify which one you meant.
There's only one.
The Nazis.
You're not supposed to say that on YouTube.
I'm not?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that was a bad word.
No, otherwise I would have said
Guess we got to donate to charity now.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, YouTube. Were you going to say something? I'm all ears.
The fact that you don't know not to say that online when your entire job is online is shocking to me.
Listen, I am mostly 100% like respectful and in the know-how.
Do not be respectful about those people.
Until I'm not. Oh, no. And I'm respectful like YouTube policies.
Oh, YouTube policies, yes. But the Adolfs of the world, we are not respectful of.
Yeah, no. Who's that guy?
Apologies to anyone actually named Adolf.
You wanted me to pick a fight with some guy.
Nick Fuentes. What I was saying was with your do not flip off the camera. I was saying with your social media pages, you do that thing, bear the goods, which is how you tell people to be good young men.
Yes.
I said the person you need to juxtapose yourself is with Nick Fuentes. He is a full-on neo N-word.
Yes.
And that means something else in America. I've got to come up with another term for the
it shouldn't.
Jewish. It shouldn't, but it does. The Jewish dislikers of the world.
You can call them anti-Semites.
Yes, but they're more than that. He's a neo-Nazi, and I'm using the term because I can't think of another one. He's a misogynist. He's a genuinely evil person, and he's really infiltrating your right-wing political party, which I find very strange because your Republican Party was actually the party of Lincoln. They were the party that freed the slaves. Yeah. So I find it very interesting that it's being taken over by Nazis. It's very strange. You guys have a very strange political system.
Again,
you need more than two parties.
Again, our government is not here for us. They are here for themselves, and helping us is convenient to their goals.
I would like to introduce you to the Westminster system, where you can have a king. I'm just saying.
I don't want the Westminster system or a king, but I do want to bring on our special guest.
That is a perfect idea.
All right, then. I want to thank everybody. I want to welcome to the show, sorry, Mark Anthony. Is it Baca or Baca? I don't want to mispronounce your name. How do we say it?
Baca.
Baca. All right. Excellent, sir. Welcome.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You are welcome. Apologies for your segue being us arguing over politics and me trying to suggest a king.
No, I love it. No, I agree with some of the stuff you're saying. I was listening to you about one thing that caught my attention is women. And, you know, I teach my kids and my karate kids, you know, the most important decision you'll make is who you date, because sometimes they can ruin you or they can help you.
100%. It's something I try and tell people as well. And who you date, if you date someone you wouldn't be willing to marry, what happens when you fall in love? Look at it like a business decision. Your partner needs to be beneficial to you.
Exactly. Be an asset.
Yep. Well, aside from dating advice, which we can definitely talk more about, I'm happy with that. But why don't you let everyone know in the audience a little bit about yourself and what you do, sir?
All right, so I've been doing martial arts since I was 9 years old. I'm a black belt in Taekwondo, karate. I got my 6th degree black belt with Jason David Frank, the former Green Power Ranger who committed suicide a few years ago. One of my best friends. Trained with Grandmaster Kim out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Heel Il Cho. I mean, everybody knows him from all the magazines back in the day. Did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, trained under Hoyler Gracie for just a little while. But I'm good friends with Greg Jackson, Mike Winklejohn. I grew up with those guys.
Winklejohn's lovely.
Yeah, the great people. I'm from New Mexico originally, but I'm back in Texas. I had a stunt company in LA area for years, decades actually. And during the pandemic, I moved my business to Texas, and I've always wanted to come back to Austin. So now I'm outside of Austin. I got a film studio in Smithfield, Texas, a karate studio, kickboxing, MMA studio. I also have a 10-acre stunt ranch. We do team building for corporate events, but I train people for stunts. So people come out here. It's a stunt school. We make movies out here. We have Warner Brothers come out here. It's been a really, really blessed. I've had a good life. Let's just say that.
I mean, that sounds. Honestly, that sounds.
He
incredible.
Can kick your ass.
Well, I like to train with him. So very nice.
You're only a 2nd degree black belt.
Third. Thank you.
Oh. What's the difference?
But totally different. It's in different styles.
Well, he said he did Taekwondo.
Yeah,
Taekwondo and karate. Yep.
Oh, cool. Nice. No, I love it. I love martial arts. It's been a part of my life, and actually, I can see from reading through your information that we have a similar program actually going on. But I want to hear more about yours, your anti-bullying program here. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Oh yeah. So it's called Guardian, anti-bullying campaign. I've been doing it for almost over 3 decades. I've been going to school since I was in high school. I graduated high school when I was 21 years old almost. I was about to turn 21. And my principal in Austin, Texas said, if you promise to do something good with your life, I'll let you graduate. Because I wasn't going to graduate because I read at a 2nd grade level. And I got picked on all the time. That's why I took martial arts and I fought all the time. I got beat up a lot. But I didn't get beat up no more after a while. I started getting tough and I built pain tolerance. But then when I graduated high school, I've had my first karate studio since I was in high school. I was teaching while I was in school. And so right out of high school, I started mentoring kids. And I work with Down syndrome kids. In special ed, those are my people. So I started working with Down syndrome kids with martial arts training to build discipline and structure. And then, you know, as a martial artist, you know this, martial arts is about discipline, respect, integrity. I was teaching, but I was a black belt, but I wasn't acting like a black belt because I was teaching people and doing the things. I was making money, but then eventually I became who I was teaching. I was teaching these kids to be somebody that I wasn't. I had the black belt, but I wasn't being the black belt. You know what I mean? Like a tiger or a red belt. So my instructor told me, what's the difference between a red belt and a black belt? He tells me nothing. He said, the difference is the way you think. So eventually I became a black belt, even though I've been a black belt for years. and I started teaching ethics and morals and values and becoming that. And going to schools, mentoring kids was a big help in that process, because here I was mentoring kids and telling them to be good, this and that, and go through my experiences through special ed. Eventually, I have to start to become that, because that's who I became, because that's who I was around these kids 24, like all the time.
Oh, he's cutting out.
Having a little bit of connection difficulties here.
I find it very interesting. You and he have a very parallel path, except you did it because your friends were around gangbangers and dying.
Yeah.
He did it because he wanted to create strength in the special needs community. You worked with young women and men for self-defense and abused children. So I find it very interesting. You guys are on different ends and you fill each a very different gap.
I just like that there are more people out there doing programs like this, because it's important for everyone to get into martial arts no matter what. I try and make it accessible, making it free and widely available. And I know he does something very similar to that. And
well, I want to hear about it. Maybe if you disconnect and reconnect. I'm not sure what's happened with his feed.
Right. But we'll get him back on. We'll absolutely have him back on. He's an incredible guy. I want to know more about
I know you've got his bio, so why don't you tell us what you've got there about him?
Absolutely. That's pretty good. Let me go and read off a little bit what we have here. Of course, he can tell you himself when he comes back on, but Mark Anthony Baca is an Emmy Award winning actor. He's a stunt coordinator. As we discussed, he's a 6th degree black belt, also a motivational speaker, which of course we can hear that in what he's telling us right now. He's very motivating when he speaks. He's worked in film, television, live productions for decades, combining martial arts expertise with creative performance. And like we said, and what he said, he has that ranch. He has his different programs and studios. I'd be interested if he has a competition team for his MMA school, actually, because that means I can go out there and train and get better with them, because that'd be fun.
Well, you've been out to Winkledron to train.
I have. Well, they've got one of the, like, anyone can have a competitive team, but they've got one of the competitive teams in the world.
Yeah.
You know, there's a bunch of different great gyms, but there's really 15 gyms out there that are constantly in the top 10 spot or top 5 spot or whatever. So yeah, no, really an incredible guy. And I'd like to know more about not just his self-defense program. Oh, wait. Yeah, we got him back.
I lost you. I don't know what happened.
That's okay. We're happy to have you back. I was just talking about, I want to know more about the your anti-bullying program and how that particular aspect came about with you coaching your students and getting better at being an instructor.
Yeah, so I'm not sure where I got cut off at, but basically I made a promise to my principal in high school, and I kept my promise. And she let me graduate when I wasn't able to graduate. I wasn't going to pass. And I couldn't be 21 years old still in high school. So
that makes sense. So I'm really happy to hear that. It's wonderful. And you did. I can see you did amazing work. I'm sure you're very proud.
You do, like Bear, you do a program to help people, a public program. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so schools, whether they can afford me or not, I've been going to schools for free for a long time. But now that I've built my reputation up, schools are actually paying me to come now, which they get money from the government to spend towards this. So whether they can afford me or not, I still go. But I go to schools and mentor kids. I kind of give them scenarios and examples and my struggles that I went through, but also put them through a program that we've printed out, that we've made like books and the pamphlets we give to schools about bullying and how they can recognize bullying when they don't realize they're being somebody they're not supposed to be, or how to deal with bullying. You know, bullying is like the word love now, though. People say it like, oh, he's bullying me. No, he's not. He's being a jerk. But
yeah, there's a hard line. Bullying is dangerous.
Yes.
Being an asshole is common.
Exactly. And that doesn't mean they're bullying you because they don't agree with you. They can disagree with you and be a jerk, but doesn't mean they're bullying you. So they throw it around a lot, and I try to teach the teachers this. And
I think narcissism is another one that is being diluted the same way, where it's a very, I foster children, and you look at, they come from these narcissistic parents, and it's genuinely damaging. So I think, to what you're saying, when people use the term bullying lightly or narcissism lightly, it becomes dangerous when you use the term bullying very lightly.
I agree 1,000% with that. Yeah, I got school. I in my area, I've been to all the elementary schools already. I go to high schools. I do galas. So I do stuff where like suicide, domestic violence, and bullying. Right now I'm making videos since I work in film. we're making videos that impact lives, that they'll see these videos and recognize themselves,
I like that. If you ever need distribution, give me a call. That's my
Oh,
end of it. I'm always looking
yeah,
for
definitely.
content. I know every studio is. We're desperate for content.
amazing.
Now's the time.
We're just trying to get a show on.
Yeah,
Yes, please do. Someone who's got a good cause and purpose. Absolutely.
I was just looking at it to make money, but yeah, I suppose he's a good person and deserves it. I'm just saying.
Now,
Hey, I could use your help. I'm definitely going to talk to you about some films we just wrapped up. So
that's excellent. And, talking about martial arts and how long you've been into it, do you have any really big takeaways or concept that just the average Joe can embody in their day-to-day life?
Yeah, I think most instructors, and I think you would agree with this, most martial arts instructors are in it for the right reasons, and they're teaching because they want to like give those values and morals. And people ask me all the time, which is the best style? I'm like, there's not. I'm like, it depends on the person.
What
the person
like.
makes the style. Exactly. So I teach in my studio.
You guys don't pick martial arts to get rich. You pick it to be good people. I'm just saying, like, you couldn't have picked something else.
Exactly. I don't turn nobody away, whether they can afford my class or not. I let them come, and it brings happiness and joy to my heart. So I got other businesses that I can take care of my studio with. So, but yeah, my takeaway would be, what?
I think that's something that a lot of people don't recognize. I see it with like your coach, Joe Stevenson. I see it with your gym, and obviously with yours. You'll have to have a second job to support your gyms. And I don't think people realize that a lot of martial arts teachers are in it for, even it's something Mick Jojo said, is Rob from Mick Jojo Life. He said, you got to be in it for the love of the sport. Otherwise, it's just not worth it.
I agree. And actually, this is going to involve what we were just talking about with your students. Obviously, you said those who cannot afford it can come in. And I more so want to prove a point by asking this. Do your students who do pay for your teaching care that the other ones come in who don't?
No, I talk to them about it. The parents, especially. I'm like, look, I tell them this. Look, I'm not charging you what I would normally charge if I was in Austin, Texas, or Houston. I would charge a lot more, but I'm not, because I'm not doing it for the money. But I do need to cover some of the overhead, and I'll pay for the rest.
Yep.
So when they join my classes, I say, look, there may be kids coming to class that can't afford something. If you want to put an extra 20, you can. If not, I'm going to give them free lessons and give them out to people I think are in need. And I hope you're okay with that. And they're totally fine with it because I'm giving them a discount anyways.
I'd like to point out he's got a better business plan than you do. You go get punched in the face to get money for your gym.
His
is better.
It's not forever, but it is doing its job right now.
He has a better business plan than you.
But I think that speaks really highly actually of you and how you coach and present yourself to your students, that there is not anyone feeling animosity or jealousy out of that. They're learning to be charitable and how to bring up other people around them. And that's really what I appreciate about martial arts. It just makes people mentally, emotionally, physically stronger. And I love seeing you do that with your students.
I find it interesting. So in Bear's case, he only makes them pay if they miss class. Class is free if you show up. You miss, you pay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, well,
I like that.
It's a free program for everyone. The way I look at it, though, is if I have to chase after you to be at class and you're not showing up to the classes, then okay, you're holding up a place that another person could fill who really wants to be here. So if you want to continue, then you got to pay a nominal fee. But generally, I keep it free for everyone who wants to come in. And my goal is kind of like what you're doing, is I want to expand and put it in more places, make it bigger, maybe even partner with the Boys and Girls Club of the United States and put a program in every one of their facilities,
I used to have a program I had another program. It's a DVD set. I'll send you one if I can find a copy. I think it's upstairs. But
Please.
It's a DVD set. It's basically for youth groups. So what the youth pastors can use this for their martial arts programs. And so think about it. The best black that ever lived was Jesus Christ, because he taught the art of fighting without fighting. He could whip anybody, and he didn't. So
I think the only time he lost his temper was when he flipped the tables in the temple.
Exactly.
Sorry to the audience.
No,
he is a Catholic school. Yeah, he is a Catholic school.
So in my class, that DVD set, you earn the body of armor, so the breastplate, the helmet of salvation. So you earn you learn about the Bible through martial arts, and I'm gonna revamp that. I'm thinking about making a virtual reality stunt training class and martial art class, virtual reality.
Bear is working with a company called Fight AI. If that's something you want to do, he's actually working with a group that's doing something like that. You should get him with your Fight AI guys, because we're currently talking to the UFC's team about picking up this app. But we should, ahead of time, you should get in with the Fight AI guys if that's something they can do.
Yeah.
Now, for those that don't know, I always talk about Hollywood being a really small place. Everyone knows everyone. It's why you can't BS your way through Hollywood, because I may not know you, but I know someone that does. The fight world is even smaller. All of these guys, like as soon as he brought up Winklejohn, Bears trained with Winklejohn, he knows Winklejohn. It's super small, and everyone knows everyone. It's smaller than Hollywood. It's weird small, like super incestuous, actually. No offense, you guys are. It's super incestuous. Right. You all know each other.
It was awesome, and then you made it dirty.
I made it weird. Okay, I always make it weird.
You know Rashad Evans, right? He was here filming a movie with me 2 weeks ago.
Oh shit! I know he's filming movies.
I'd like to remind everyone every time we use bad language, we give money to the Boys and Girls Club of America, the Humane Society of America, and Free MMA. We care because Bear swears, so we have to keep giving money to charity.
Hey,
there you go.
For the kids.
That's good cause.
It's called the Sean Patrick Flaherty rule. We had him on the show, and he said the F word like 72 times in 30 minutes. Gorgeous Irishman, beautiful accent. Seamlessly incorporated the F word live at Comic-Con. We were at Comic-Con doing the show live 72 times.
Wow.
So that's how this came about.
You know, talking about movie making and Rashad Evans, and actually about what you do as far as teaching people. He's a fighter. Don't worry about it.
Fine. Well, I know it's not in film. It's not my people.
Don't stress yourself about it. How did you get into the world of film and stunt work?
Well, I started right out of high school, right back in '92. I went to Bill Packard and had a.
Hang on, rewind. You came out of high school in '92?
Yes.
Side note: you look amazing. And
thank you.
Did you have anything done? And can I have their number?
No, I've had.
Okay, I like you less. Keep going.
It's the martial arts.
I'm just saying that's not fair.
It's the martial arts. Yeah. So, what's his name? Winklejohn, his instructor. Had a auditioning for Kickboxer 4 with what's his name from golly, not Van Damme. Van Damme did the first one, and then what's his name? He was in that TV show with Suzanne Summers. Anyways, so I'm not saying about the bell, but yeah, this one guy, the goofy guy. Anyways, he did the spinoffs, and I got a fight scene in that. And then I did Wishbone. It's a TV series on Sony. Disney promoted it. So I did that, and I got the bug to do film. So that's how I got started in film, is doing those 2 movies back in the early 90s.
That's awesome.
So I was supposed to graduate in '89, though. I graduated high school at '92.
That's amazing.
You know, everyone's journey is different, and you made something. You not only made yourself something of yourself, you did it for so many other people too. And I think that's really amazing. Is with stunt work now, did you start out, so was this all stunt work, or was this acting and then you did stunt work later?
Stunt work, for those that don't know, I'm actually going to cut off here real quick and then we'll go back to this. Stunt work is incredibly dangerous. We work with a lot of stunt coordinators. It is probably the most dangerous job on set. These guys aren't pretending to crash. They're crashing, they're fighting, they're falling. It is dangerous. It's the same way I always defend the WWE. This is dangerous work. Stunt work is incredibly dangerous work. Back to the gentleman talking.
So I got into doing stunts right away because I was a black belt, of course. So I would go to tournaments with Ernie Reyes Jr. He's one of my best friends. You know, I remember him back in the day. He comes to my studios all the time. We played Donatello and the Ninja Turtles, Surf Ninjas. He was, you know, he beat up The Rock in the Rundown, the best fight scene, one of the top 10 ever.
Awesome.
So Power Rangers, you know, I'm best friends with Jason David Frank. Back in the day, I met him. Scorpion, Chris Casamassa, I know him from the early 90s. He did paid Mortal Kombat. So,
you knew all the badass guys from TV and film, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So we make them look good, the actors. And eventually, I wanted to act, but I had a speech problem. So when I go on set now, I've learned to control that and speak more clearly and get into my character. So now I've been a co-star on John Schneider's film, The Dukes of Hazzards, Bo Duke. So I've been his co-star in a film of his. I've done a lot of acting the past 10 years. Produced them, and I won an Emmy for producing for the NFL channel. So
nice.
I mean, so I've hit some accolades I never thought that were in my path. I just hit them, and I didn't realize I was doing it, and it just happened, and life's been pretty good. So
I'd like to point out he does my job on the production and your job on the fighting end, and he's better than both of us.
He's very well-rounded individual.
I'm just saying.
Nice.
It's like he and I both like, specialize, and we're not half where you are. So that's amazing. What you have done is absolutely incredible.
Well, I felt like, sometimes you do something, you do it, and you wonder if you're doing it the right way. And then you get something in life that says, and get recognized for it. And it's like, okay, this is validation for me. So when Warner Brothers started calling me saying, hey, we need your help for the Ben Affleck movie with Accountant 2, because 87 North is their people, right? 87 North, Stunts Unlimited, the Brand X, those are the main guys in Hollywood. Those guys are killing it. Well, if you're not in their hub, you're not making those waves. So Warner Brothers contacted me, and then they brought me in for Minecraft to do their press junket for Minecraft for Jason Momoa and Jack Black. And, all those things are happening for me now that I was not expecting. So, you know what? It's been a really, really good ride for me.
No, honestly, that's incredible. I love hearing you doing even stuff working with not just at the time in the 90s in the movies and TV shows, but still through this day, very relevant, still on the forefront of all.
Are you kidding? Media. I now want to take him. We're doing Poltergeist, the musical Night of the Living Chicken. It's a rock opera with Jack Black. I want to bring him into that for the stunt. No, there are tons of fight scenes. It's a horror film.
All right, that's cool. I like.
So I'm like, there's a lot of fights. So I'm gonna have to drag him into that. It looks like he cut out again. I wonder if So guys, we do this streaming from either our house or a hotel or on set or when he's fighting. We've had to do it that way. And if you get an incoming call when this happens, it sort of boots you. So we'll have to wait for him to come back on. Now, I love what he's doing with the program. You and he'll have to get together and do something. I know you're in the process of writing a book. I want to read his book. If he has a book, he needs a book.
I want to read his book. Don't know if it's there yet. I'm pretty sure he's got a book.
He should have a book.
Yeah,
you're writing a book.
So much already. Why not? I'm sure he's got a book. He's got to ask him about it when he comes back on.
I'm just saying, he's doing everything you want to do.
I mean, yeah. It's funny. I was going to ask him what his competition, what it was like for him competing. So it's very much like we're following the same path.
But I find it interesting. You guys got in for different reasons. He's working with special needs children.
Yeah.
You work with gangbangers and children that were abused.
Well, I wouldn't say gangbangers. I don't know if they are, but I do work with at-risk youth.
That is a really polite way of saying gangbangers.
The court system sends them to me to help during their probation periods or before they go to their sentencing. So that's what I do. But no, I love it. I love what he does. I think he's doing incredible work. Anyone who is putting other people before them and uses martial arts to help has got an A+ in my book.
Yeah, he wants to help people. Right now, I'm looking at if it's cheaper to play the Hermes game or buy the Birkin directly. I am not a good person.
It's not about you're fine as a person just because you want a handbag. I asked my audience earlier. I was on a live stream today.
I'm just saying my biggest concern is whether I want to buy
get a special handbag for her. It's going to cost me my entire life savings for some fucking reason.
But that's my point. Like, you spend your money on helping people. I spend my money on diamonds and Birkins.
Because I want
bit of a difference. I know.
I want to help.
But you go spend your life helping people. He spends his life helping people. No offense. You make the rest of us look like poop.
Oh, no. You're a beautiful person. You just have your own way of doing it. You make content that people love and enjoy throughout all of time.
Yeah, and I make a lot of money off it.
Why can't you be compensated for the good work you put in?
That's my point, sweetie. You have to. I love you, and because you love me, you paint a rainbow on what I do. But you and you are good people. My biggest complaint in life is that the Birkin's too much on the secondhand market. I'm just saying.
I apologize. I have no idea why my phone's doing that.
No worries.
Just in case, if someone is calling you, it can cut it out.
Yeah. So I think that might have been doing it. I'll let you guys get back to what you were talking about.
Well, I did
Oh, you
have
said something about... Go ahead.
I had a follow-up to talking about your students and your gym and what you're doing with your coaching. Is do you also get them into stunt work, or you provide like an avenue for them to move into the industry?
Okay, that's pretty.
Acting and stunts. I'm putting kids already in films like 2 weeks ago. So I'm putting kids in acting, and I also put them in stunt training with the karate.
Okay, so you give them a future, you get them out of trouble. Do you guys ever feel guilty? You make everyone else in the world look like shit? I'm just saying.
No, but thank you.
I'm just saying. I'm not bitter.
What does stunt training look like for these kids? Like, what are they doing to prepare for the movies and the roles?
So it's not that hard, actually. So most kids wrestle and play fight when they're kids. So it's a lot easier to do it with kids. It's just teaching them how to stack the shots and how to sell and deliver. So when I teach them how to do this and make it look like, oh, you know what? It was just a jab. You can't fall through a wall on a jab. And that's just a superhero movie, right? So I teach them how to do, like, shoulder rolls, break falls, but then how to sell it and make it look like they feel a certain way where they're not obviously breaking their fall, or, sell the punch or the kicking technique. And, that way they can get these smaller gigs falling down in the playground or getting bullied on the playground,
I like that. And getting them into movies as well. Do you have,
it's an excellent career path.
I think it's just fucking amazing how much opportunity they have here. I hope they really do see that, honestly, when you get them these roles and you take your time to coach them. I hope
what you're
really
doing is incredible for these children.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they see it too, yeah. I work with places like this place here. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's called Partnership for Children. I've done stuff for them. They come out to my place. These are kids. They sent me like this card thanking me for what they did at my place. So I have a team building company here too, and kids take field trips out here for school, so they get to learn the science behind the stunts, and then they get to do stunts. So I got a zip line. We can shoot stuff. We can blow up a car. You can jump out of the way of a car. I blow up over and over again. If you haven't seen it, I'll send you my website for it, which I think I did send it to you. But
yeah.
No, I want to see someone jump out of the way of a car exploding.
yeah, and kids do it at my place all the time. My daughter does it. She's 9, and she loves it.
That's awesome.
I
man.
love that.
And do you have a whole team with you on this set, like helping out with the stunts, or are you all just by yourself, a one-man show?
Oh no, I got about 30 people with me on my team, and I farm them out. They go to different sets, low budget films. If they're independent films, I'll put them on there. If they're SAG films, I take my SAG guys with me. So
that makes sense. And do you have any like final goals in the industry with what you're doing, or do you have a
you've done everything. What is your goal now?
Yeah, you've done it all.
Yeah, I like to get. I've been producing movies for a while. I have like 7 movies out there in distribution, if you count some of the ones I partnered in, where I own points on. What I would like to do is film something that will. I want an Oscar, not maybe for acting, but I want to produce a film that's going to win an Oscar. That's what I want now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's the biggest goal.
Remind me to get you. So I've got 2 projects coming up. One with Nick Vallelonga. He wrote the Green Book. I have a project called Reunion. I have one called Reunion with him, which is a Vietnam film. And then I have one with David Zanotti called Queen Bess, which is about the first female fighter pilot who couldn't get a place in America, so she went to France and did it during World War I. So remind me to hook you up with them. Both of them need stunt coordination. Both of them are going to need that. Like I said, I'm just the money person on that. I'm not creative. No one lets me touch anything, which is fair. Otherwise, it's going to be a Coca-Cola ad. But I'll get you with them. If what you want is an Oscar, I've got 2 films that are Oscar bait.
That'd be nice. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. And just so you know, like I'm able to do things. I own like over $1 million worth of stunt equipment. I got airbags, air ramps, ratchet. I can make people fly. I'm a pyrotechnician. I mean, we do a lot. So let me give you an example. I had a movie. The guy had $50,000 to do. I'm like, this is going to cost you at least $1 million, like minimum, with all the work you wanted. I said, look, give me half the points in the back end, and I'll do it for you for free. So we did the movie for $50,000. That's from that was just paying the insurance, paying the people, Crafty, Everything else we pay for out of our own pocket. All my stunts I did it for free, and that's probably $400,000 worth of work.
Oh God, yeah.
And we just finished it. So I'm gonna send you guys a trailer when we get it done in a couple of weeks. But the film will be ready for post, ready for distribution within the next 6 weeks.
I like that.
This is gonna come. You can probably tell me this too, but I want to know because I'm not sure. Why give up that money for half the points on the movie? What was the value in that for you?
Because return, if the film has a decent return, I've given up plenty of upfront money for back end points because you make a lot more money on the back end.
Got it. Okay.
It's essentially
generational wealth too.
Yep. It's because it pays forever. So my residuals 50 years from now will go for my, 100 years from now it'll go to my children as long as it's still playing. So something you have to be aware of, or if the film has spin-offs or breakdown, it really is valuable. I'm going to say something very dirty about the film industry. I hire people that way. I know if people are desperate for money on the front end, I can take a lot off the back end. So they're not going to make as much money.
Nope.
And so there's always more money on the back end.
That's and I don't mind doing a partnership on that to where I take some on the front a little bit and I do some on the back end. I do that too because they can't afford to do everything I want to do. And I'm fine with that. They call me MacGyver on set for a reason. I've saved so many productions from stopping for a day because something happened. I can fix almost anything. I'll give you a quick example if you have like 2 minutes.
Absolutely.
I was in Florida filming a movie called Roadkill for Warren Fast, and we're in the middle of nowhere. And he had the red camera has this little dial inside of a dial, and it has to lock in there so it can turn. Well, I'm doing driving for this movie, but I'm in my trailer. I'm like, we're supposed to start an hour ago. So I go out there, and these guys are all on the floor trying to glue it because we're in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, what's the problem? They go, we can't start the production until we fix this. It's broken. I was like, what's wrong with it? It needs to lock, so we're trying to glue it. Like, why don't you weld it? They're like, who has a welder? Like, everybody has a welder. So I said, give it to me. So he put the camera. I opened up one of my vehicles, my older vehicles. I went to the speakers. I cut the wires until I found some copper wire on my speakers. I got it and twined it up and rolled it up till it was like a certain thickness. I got my shades, my jumper cables, hooked it up to some vice grips, and I welded it on the spot. And then we started production 5 minutes later. And
you are the most valuable man on set.
That's what they told me. And not just them. Nike has said that too. So Nike hires me all the time now for the commercials.
You're the most valuable man in a post-apocalyptic world.
No, it's so for those that don't. True, very true, very true. Come the apocalypse is good. The reality is, for those that don't know, I love hiring anyone that's ever worked for Troma because I know they can survive a mess. If you've ever done B-grade films, ever done horror films, anything had to be done that's cobbled together, you can do anything. And when you've got somebody that is a jack of all trades that can do everything on set, they are worth everything. Absolutely everything. I don't want someone that's come from film school because they only know how to do one thing the most idealistic way possible. I want somebody that can do what you do. That's worth everything in this industry and in life, by the way. That is a hell of a skill.
Right.
It's a hell of a skill.
The makeup artist forgot his squib equipment, and I'm on set. And I'm like, the director's like, oh man, I don't know what we're gonna do. We're in the middle of Terralingo. We can't. There's no store. We don't know how to do this. I'm like, give me 5 minutes. I'll figure it out. So I went and pulled off a tube from my hose on my car, and I'll replace it later. I cut a hole in it, got a water bottle, and I had some JB Weld in my trailer. So I JB welded a hole into the water bottle, filled it up with blood, and then put the squib by his neck and his ear. And I stomped on it with my foot, and the blood went flying out. Squib was done. It looked great on film. And he even told me too. He goes, whenever we do anything with stunts and special effects, you're my guy. And every time he does something, he calls me.
Where is this? These ideas come from you? Is this experience you've had before? You kind of just good at thinking on the fly? What happens?
On the fly, yeah. Someone needs something. I'm like, I'll figure it out, and I figure it out really quick.
You'd have to be a good fighter, though. One of the things, with fighters, you got to be able to think on your feet. I know you were asking if you had a competition team.
What was that?
It's like chess.
It's like playing chess.
Like chess. No, absolutely being a step ahead of the game. And yes, that's a good. I wanted to bring that up. What was it like competing? You mentioned you did some competitions back in the day.
Oh man, I fought some guys you might know. Remember a guy named Shoney Carter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shoney Carter. He's one of the original UFC guys. I fought him, and Evan Tanner from Amarillo, Texas. He died tragically in the desert, but I fought him in some shoot fights back in the day. But Dan Henderson's been to my place. Frank.
Dan Henderson's his coach.
He's one of my coaches.
Yeah. He's over at Dan Henderson's. Yeah.
Dan's an amazing person, a human, great, amazing athlete.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's his coaches. He's coached by Dan Henderson, Joe Stevenson, and was being coached by Sam Alvey. But now you just go out with him, and he beats the crap out of you. So it's a little different.
I become his training partner now.
Nice. Yeah, I miss training. I just started. One of the reasons I started my studio again is because I wanted to train to get healthy again and teach my daughter. My daughter's 9 years old. I've had full custody of her since she was a year old. And I want to give her all these talents and stuff that I have in my head. I want to teach them to her. So that's the main reason I opened up my studio. And then I get to help kids and it helps me. So
I think that's really important, especially with little girls. Self-defense and being able to defend yourself.
And confidence, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do free self-defense classes for women all the time.
Yeah, I think it's incredibly, incredibly important. I love that you're doing that. I know we're at the end of the show. I'd love to have you on again. And then, of course, I'd like to speak with you privately. Is there anything you'd like to say to the audience?
I think the audience, I don't know the genre of everybody that listens, but I think
mostly young men.
Most young men. I think what you're doing is amazing. I think men need to get back to being leaders of the communities and being examples for the young ladies. Like me and my daughter, for example, when I teach her chivalry. I walk on the outside, I open her door, and I teach her these things because I want to be a good example for her. But every man has a mom. Every man might have a sister or a daughter. But no matter what, we all have mothers. We came this world that way. So I do a lot of things in life that make my mom proud. And my mom is my queen. My dad passed away during COVID. So I do everything for my mom that I possibly can. So I take care of her financially. I help her out. I make sure she doesn't suffer. I give her the best life she can have. So anybody listening, especially the guys, take care of your moms and be there for your daughters.
That's got to be the best sign off we've had on the show.
Ever. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Guys, give me a quick shout out. Where's your social media so Bear's followers can follow you?
If it's on Instagram, it's Extreme Force, without the E though. For some reason, somebody else had it. So it's XTREME Force Hollywood Stunts. You follow me there on Instagram. And if it's on Facebook, Mark Anthony Baca. Real simple.
Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, follow him, please. Oh, what's your TikTok?
It's called Go Expo Team Building. GOEXFO.
I like that.
Perfect.
I like that.
Go check him out everywhere, people.
Yeah, go check out. And I know most of you guys are here from TikTok, so check out his TikTok. Go follow him. Go watch what's going on. And if you want to go learn how to do stunts, learn some martial arts, and you're in his area, you're in Texas, go do it. What he's doing is amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thank you. You guys have a wonderful afternoon.
You too. Well. And I'd like to thank you, the audience, for joining us. I'm the Baroness. We are on with my co-host, Fuzzy McFuzzyface.
The baddest bear in the cage.
Nope, Fuzzy McFuzzyface.
Baddest bear in this house.
Fuzzy McSnugglepants.
We'll see you next week.
Good night.
This has been Behind the Scenes with the Baroness and Bear Fiorda. Only on Talk 4 Media.